What up? What up? What up? Here we go. It's last call. I'm your boy Pimp Slap POD, and I am exceptionally fired up. Shout out to my man Ghoster99 over there on X. Another first round leader for me. I'll take it. Big cash, 40-1 coming through. Just now it came through for me. Little early action out there. He's going to lock it down at, I can't even say Apatia. Man, why can't these guys just have like a last name of Smith, Make it easy for me, or Ford, or, I don't know, something easier than Batia. Batia, I guess, is the name here. 8 under. All I know is I listened to what our guy did out there golfing with Ghoster, and 2 weeks in a row, 2 first round leaders. Good money, y'all. Let's get this cash today. I'm fired up. Fired the F up. I appreciate all you guys coming in, rocking with us out there. It's going to be a lot of fun today. We're going to bring in our guy, Mickey Mac Daddy. He's going to drop out there and share with us how he's getting to the window today. We got action in Major League Baseball. We've got action across the WNBA as well. Boy, I got some parlays in play today. I got a player prop parlay that's in play. Man, I got a Major League Baseball parlay that's in play. Woo! It's a lot of fun today. We're going to get after that cash. Let me toss this up there because there's not a lot of time to get in the game on this one. So let me put this out there for y'all right now. We got some action here at 6:20 for this Phillies game. I don't want to miss it. I'll leave it on the screen as we go about starting this show for you guys. It's a big day today. I'll go a little out of sequence, and then we can come back and talk about this. But look, big opportunity. We've got a situation going on. Strong favorites. First game of the series. 21-11 on the run line. Covering the run line by almost 2 runs a game. If they're favored by more than 130 the previous game. So rolling on in there as a bigger favorite than the previous game in the first game of a new series. 21-11. Listen, I may have gone out there and played them both at -1.5. It may be paying out plus 275. But I think this is good money here for us here. Let's not worry about these runs. We do have these teams, both sitting in home team position, which means if they go up, and they should, we're probably not going to see the bottom of the 9th. So you want to -1 it, however you want to get after it. That's how I'm getting after it right now for you guys to share you this cash opportunity before we get rolling. It's hip to be square, baby. Huey Lewis said it. You guys all laughed about it last year, but we made some money doing it. We're going to run back to it and do it again today. So fired up to get after it with you guys again. We've got a nice Major League Baseball slate. Look, Thursdays, a little smaller cards, but they came through. They gave us, 3 WNBA games tonight. We've got some action, as I mentioned, out there. And then we've got the Marlins, Phillies, the Rangers, Orioles, the Yankees, Jays, the Reds and Cards, the Guards and Royals, and the Tigers and Angels. So plenty of action tonight to get us paid, and get paid we are going to. So lots of fun to cover with you guys tonight. I appreciate you coming in, rocking with us tonight. And on a side note, all you guys, Deer Slayer Ski, I see you, my guy. Dustin's out there. I know. Just Joe T. You guys rock, man. Getting out there, putting the comments. Justin McCalvey sharing the stacks in the chat as well. That's huge for this Google, YouTube algorithm stuff. We can talk about trending topics. We can do all that fun stuff too, but we need your guys' engagement to really drive this thing home. So it means a lot that you guys take the time to just make a comment out there, and each and every pieces of the video coming out there is huge. It helps immensely. It gets our viewer hours up there. Look, you don't want to get into the algorithm game here with this. Boy, I'm learning every day, not just production, but this YouTube algorithm stuff. How does it work? What do we need to do? We want to get growing. We want to get bigger. We want to bring more contests. We want to give you guys more giveaways. And speaking of giveaways, how about Saturday's stream? We're going to have a big announcement tonight. If you guys watched last Saturday, not only did you make a ton of money, we crushed it again across the board in the main card as well. Huge money to be made there. Early afternoon action last week. You guys busted up and showed out for that video or that session. We're going to do it again. And what are we doing? Well, you guys will remember our guy Picks from Dave shared with us and a larger than usual parlay. He was greedy. He had, I forgot what side he had. He had a soccer play. I know there was a soccer. Was it Ecuador? I think it was Ecuador. And then he parlayed it with the main event that was night in like 30 seconds. And he said he's going to give out $100. That is in fact true. I'm going to have an X post listed here shortly with the Saturday schedule, the announcing time of the Saturday's fight card. 6:15 is when the UFC 303 gets going, and you're going to want to be there or be square. We got $100, just a giveaway, just giving it away. You guys are going to have to like, you guys know the deal. You have to like the X page. Make sure you're subscribing to both Dave and I, and that you are following us both. And then $100 will be given away on screen. Someone's going to walk out of that stream $100 richer. That's a lot of fun. Not just contest. We love the contest. The first goal scorers. We had the beard shave contest. Shout out to MMA Jeff there, JM Hockey 19. He lost the beard shave contest. It wasn't that he had a beard to shave. It's that he bet Razor Sharp's dad, Bernie, the amount of time it was going to take, and Bernie won. So Jeff was out there giving away $25, and Dave's going to be giving away $100 on Saturday. So I'm fired up for that, you guys. We got all kinds of things happening, and I'm ready to get to work with you guys now. We got all kinds of things moving out there. I see you guys in the chat. Let's recognize it. First and foremost, hit that thumbs up button. It means an absolute ton to see you guys' engagement. Love the comments going back and forth. You guys sharing your best bets as well. Make sure you get a pen and paper. You're going to want to write down. We got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Lots of RBI props. We got lots of WNBA props. We got all kinds of things flying around. And, of course, make sure you guys share it in the chat so we can recognize the action you guys are on. You've been grinding all day trying to figure out how you're going to get paid. Let's talk about those angles. And let's start off with our guy, Stacks POD. Yankees over 4.5 team total. Nice job there. Our guy Justin, I just had a little tweet coming through here. Stacks POD record 208 and 206. If anybody's looking for some live action in the Copa, I'll share it all with you guys. I love you guys. I don't mind sharing what I'm on. Whatever. Win or lose, we booze is what they say out there. I took the team total under for USA at 1.5. That was plus 160. I've also got the game under 2.5 as well. I like Christian Pulisic to score a goal, but I think it's going to be a tighter contested battle. We talked yesterday about the string of unders. Mexico ended up going under again. But nonetheless here, we've got, I think it's now, is it 8 of 10 unders now? 7 or 8 of 10 unders in the Copa, and I expect the U.S. to follow suit. So they just called a goal back. They scored one right off the gate, and they called that back. Deer Slayer Skis in the house says, what's good, Mikey and everyone? Going to take a little USA soccer with some UFC fighters on Saturday. It will be some live show this Saturday on Sports Money. You already know, my guy. Nobody does it better than we do when it comes to live betting and sweating together, you guys. Joe T's in the house says, hey, Mike M, no pregame and best bet for me tonight. Easy over last night with the Twins. He's now 12-5. 6.3 units up, 6-1 in his last 7. Here's the stuff you guys are looking for. I know I am. Juggler23 says a couple of MLB trends, one underdogs and pick'ems are 18-4, 81.8%, plus 15.9 units in the last 22 games between Texas and Baltimore. I'm actually bucking this trend. He's going with Baltimore, it sounds like. Then we got the two favorites are 19-30 in the last 49 games between Toronto and the Yankees. The ROI in this trend is minus 48%. Jay Peasy's in the house. Jay Peasy, I got the bid, my guy. We're going to drop some content from Jay Peasy as soon as we wrap this thing up for you guys. Darius Moore, Kelly V. The Baltimore Thursday 18-3 trend is in play. We got Oldie out there says, what up, fam? Kelly V says, hey, all. Sancho says, let's go, Mike Flea. Mathis says, what up, fellas? Gerald Jones, Pimp and Crew, best bet. He's on this Detroit. LA under 4.5, first 5. We got Kelly V in the house, says Dallas cashes earlier for us. That's right. The old play of the day for me in the WNBA. We got 2-0 on Jimmy's show out there. Let's go. Darius Moore says Rangers and Vegas Aces parlay for Darius Moore. John C says good call on Dallas, Kelly. Sancho says Mike is fired. You're goddamn right up fired up. I just put a 40-1 in the bank account. What do you mean? Well, in the bank roll. It's going to go right back in play. Right back in play tonight. By the way, we're trying to cash this White Sox. We're trying to get that White Sox plus 1.5 in the under. Oh, man. It's heating up today, you guys. Fired. I almost should just pause and go get a cocktail right now to celebrate this stuff that we got going on. But I know our guy's back there, and he's ready to go, so I don't want to keep him waiting any longer. Red Bearded Chick says, took Phillies minus 3.5. Not sure how I feel about it. Juggler23 says, Kelly B, we stuffed our pockets with the Wings plus 10. I even sprinkled plus 4 for a unit for plus 4-1 for 2 units. Let's rock with another WNBA spot. Kelly V says Philly top home team, them and Cleveland, by the way. John C says, Mikey, the grandma's sister's underwear, baby. It's the panties. It's the panties, John. Let's go, man. Got that first 5. Finally got a nice little White Sox first 5. Huge money line score and the under 4.5. I told you guys last week, them under 4.5s. You aren't really hearing a lot of people talking about them White Sox first 5 under 4.5. That's why you got to roll on in here to pre-gaming. Oldie says, Henderson, per usual, he'll get his tonight. Sancho says Guardians, moneyline, Angels, Tigers, under for Sancho. F. Donahue in the house. Says, hello, Mike M. Want some sharp bets? Let's go, F. Donahue. Joseph Alvarado from Chi-Town in the house checking in with us. He says, what up, pimp players and ladies? Layers. Let's go. Kenny Woods out there. Says, what up, Mike and gang? Huge shout out to Ghoster for the first round leader. Yeah, 40-1, Kenny. 40. Kicked out of my own motherfucking stream. Let's go. You guys know the deal here. We got to throw a little something out there. Why not? Why not? We're here. We're here. I'm ready. We just got paid out there. Make that money. Make that money, baby. You got to make that money all right. Yeah. Yeah. Why not us, you guys? Why not us? Let's go out there. We got all kinds of things happening with you guys. T. Gray says, White Sox bringing us home to start the day, right? Pimp, what's up? You know it, my guy. Sancho says, Bronny. Wow, where'd Bronny go? Where'd Bronny go? To the Lakers. To the Lakers. Juggler 23 says, Kelly, I know the Miami Philly pitching splits are off the charts. Oldie says, clap on, clap off. They got me. They got me, guys. We were too excited. Let's bring on our guy backstage. He's ready to rock. Connor, make it a Mac Daddy coming in here, our Thursday guest. And he's ready. Look at this shirt he's got on. I like that shirt, my guy. I like that shirt.
Mikey, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Printing money today. We got the Brinks truck outside. I got to go finish unloading it after we get done with this show, my guy. It's been a great afternoon. Trying to roll it into the night. How about you? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good. I had that under the White Sox, and yeah, shout out to you, Gogster. My guy Schnizzle called me, and I had $50 on it. All 3 guys, my guys have been unreal here to start. Fowler's got up there. All these guys in my top 10s and 20s, all right up there, 4 under or better. So I can't complain, Mikey. I know it's just a 50 spot, but I had 50 on all 3 guys. But yeah, we all cashed. I am pumped. I'm in. 41, can't beat it. Even $50.
Glorious. I took a 3 spot myself.
Oh, you did? Who were the other ones?
3 guys that I went after. One of them being, what is it, Batia? Is that how you say it? Batia?
Yeah.
However you say it. And then I had Thompson.
Lefty.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm in good company then.
Yeah. You're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of the ball.
Dude, I'll tell you a real quick. I'll share. We used to go down to Myrtle Beach every year, and we would do 8 rounds of golf in 3 days, and then just kind of spend a day kicking back and enjoying ourselves. And we'd go around the week before the Masters because everyone's kind of stir crazy. It's snowing, it's cold, all the shit you don't have to deal with. But we would get down there, and after the snow, we would go out there and play some golf. And so as every time we would go, I was the guy picking the golf course. I'd ask these guys what they wanted to do for golf courses, but they didn't really care. They just wanted to go play golf. So what did I do? The fine sport that I am, I took the track that punished righties. As a lefty, I'd come in there and cook some ass, dude. It was just fucking bad. All the dog legs the opposite direction for them. They got a fade instead of drawing. It was a lot of fun.
So it worked for you. You got a little fade, aka slice going on from the left side. Okay.
The old banana hook. Actually, when I was back then, it didn't matter. I could draw it or fade. It didn't matter either way. But a little less on the draw these days, a little more on the fade. So nonetheless, it was I was always stacking the cash high on those rounds. When I knew we got to the situation where it was the dog legs in favor of me and not them, I was like, we might as well up the odds in this one. You guys might have double or nothing. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Well, shit. We got more money to be made. Shout out. Everyone in the chat, appreciate it. Just said nobody called me. Shit, my bad. Bad. We get on the list. Make sure the video. Goatser put out the video, right?
Yeah, we got the video out there on Sports Money Rocking. Threw a couple shorts together on it there. You guys make sure you do follow.
Tweeted it out too. Yeah.
C-Mac's got his plays out there. I see him doing that. He tweets his hitter props out there as well. On the regular, just giving you guys free looks and good cash. That's what it comes down to.
You want to touch you got on this Philly game here?
Yeah.
I'm not on anything in this one. I think the Phillies take care of business. We do this all the time, Mikey, especially almost daily if you're doing cons and you talk about these matchups.
Yep.
And Zach Wheeler's has just been one of his problems over the last few years, has been the Marlins. And the Marlins have took a little bit the past few weeks. A team I barely played. I took them at home against the Mariners at plus 160. I don't want them really crazy, but I do have a hitter prop in this one. You know how good Alec Boehm's been. The prices are getting too steep. Okay. Castellanos finally hitting, a guy was hitting $180. He's starting to go up. Price is not good enough. Give me the guy playing shortstop here, right below them in the 7-hole. Sosa. Guy eats lefties, 321. I'm on his RBI here, plus 160, 3 for 5 with a bomb off Rogers. A little bit on the homer, too. It's plus 475. But the Ribby, I am on it in this game.
I almost gave that out as the ribeye play.
Really?
I was looking long and hard at Trey Day, man. And I like Harper, too. I thought that, he's – problem I have is when I got a nice little streak going together and there's two guys that I put in the streaks that fucking kill me every time. And it seems like they were both in the perfect storm today. Bryce Harper.
Ramirez?
As much as Harper kills it, he just – whenever I get him, I got a nice little 4-pack in a row going for 5 in a row here. I can't go with Harper. And even though the numbers look pretty good for him. And then the other guy that gets me is Vladdy G. Guerrero.
Oh, Vladdy, yeah. He's finally getting hot. He hadn't hit any homers. I'm a little pissed. The other day, it was everything good to take him, and he finally hit a couple overs and he went yard. He had crazy stats, like 8 for 14, and finally hit some homers because the power drought for him has just been crazy the last month. He had like 1 home run. He had like 1 RBI in a stretch in about 14 games before he started to get going about 5 games ago. So,
and the thing about Toronto's bats is that they're clusters, right? They like all rise and shine together, or they all go ice cold together. And that stretch where Vladdy needed to step up, man, they couldn't get runs on the board. They'd get 1 or 2. And bad.
Ugh. Ugly. Ugly.
So we kind of just indirectly covered this Phillies game with Wheeler and Rogers. My apprehension around laying the big number like that with the 1.5 and laying all those odds on it too. Well, I guess not the 1.5 is reasonably priced, but the numbers when I first looked at it suggested it's probably like a one run type of game, just by when you see the -1.5 versus the +1.5. But the recent 3-game stretch for me, I like to see what they're doing recently. I don't give a shit about the sample over the last 60 days. I just want to see like right now what's happening, what's going on in their headspace right now. And over the last 3 games for Wheeler, he's kind of regressing. And Rogers, as much as he struggles against Philly on the road, his numbers aren't terrible. I mean, he's not getting wins, but Miami can string together bats as well. And that was a little bit of my apprehension. So I opted for the hip to be square parlay, C-Mac.
Yeah, what'd you go? Then Philly and the under?
Philly and Baltimore.
Oh, Philly and Baltimore. Okay, yeah. I like that. I like that better. Yeah, your straight one is not with the total. Rogers, I thought, and he's been better, like you talked about, because he had just been awful. And not that he's lights out, but we've seen him in stretches where he can be good. It's tough. Philly's just been one of the best teams in baseball. They've been good against lefties, top 5 all year long. Again, it's not easy. It's got to feel better though. It's moving. Maybe they're early on there seemed like some Marlins money, but this is stretching out. So at the 300 mark, like now, throughout the day. This has got to 290, 300, all these books.
Feels like it's got the recipe for an under, but we'll see what happens with that. But how about 6:35? This one's popping off in about 15 minutes. Texas Rangers, Baltimore. You guys, again, second leg of the parlay. I wanted to get that out for you guys early. 89% of the bets in 90 early, being a relative term. It's 6 o'clock for a 6:20 start. 89% of the bets and 93% of the cash on the O's. The line's dropping. Sort of. It's more line stabilization, right? It opened at -217. It's down to -205. But the Rangers side of the bats there, they've gone from +180 to +185. The total's kind of on an interesting move here. We got all the cash, literally 99% of the bets and 98% of the cash hitting us over. It's gone from 8.5s. Now there's 7.5s out there. It's the old full run movement situation. And we got John Gray, the Rangers, 3.03, 3-3 record out there. Burnsy, 2.35 ERA, 8-3. I was wrong yesterday on that Guardian spot there. It was a big swing I took, but look, 1-1 on the Guardians because they were plus money both days. I was still up about a third of a unit.
Yeah.
It was okay. But Baltimore handled business yesterday. There was no question about it. I mean, 4-2 it was a tightly contested game, but it was kind of that getaway spot for Cleveland. Everybody just kind of shut down and got ready for the next series here. The Rangers, though, swept by Milwaukee, the Algonquins. Do you think we see something similar to that here today?
Yeah, this seems like a shitty spot here for the Rangers that just can't hit, that just keep losing. They just went on an unbelievable run, won the World Series. I think they're more of this team, and they had been in the past until that run late last year. You know what I mean? And now they did with all the pitching issues they've had, of course, and then injuries even in the lineup. John Gray's been pretty good. I thought of this might get a little bit to the under in this game. I thought Corbin Burns could pitch well, but I don't know. I just think Baltimore, if they get going, this lineup can mash, and we could see runs that it could slip over. So I stayed up. I think it's a solid Baltimore spot. Anyone that has -1.5, first 5, all that good stuff. I looked at it here. Gunnar Henderson, one of my favorite guys. Now he's in the leadoff spot. One thing I don't love, I get it because he's lefty, but he's finally figuring out lefties, Mike, a little bit, where he struggled the last few years. But the move from the 4-hole to 1-hole, depending on who's pitching, I don't really love it, but hey, he's been money. But I did take a piece here at Adley Rutschman. A couple games hasn't been great. Before that, he had a ton of 5-hit game, 3-hit game. I think he's a solid spot. And I've liked him a lot this year against lefties, where he's been really, really good. But in this one, 4 for 6 off Gray, off a couple of games where no hit. So I love him here in the 2-hole. I took his RBI plus 175. And along the Jack plus 575 in the 2-hole.
His consistency ranks as one of the higher guys across the MLB board today, specifically against John.
Yes.
I think that's a good look, especially coming off of kind of being quiet, a little sleepy for this guy.
A little bit.
But I think it's a great. I jumped in. I looked at some O'Hearn. Not that I'm going to give out official, but I lumped a degenerate.
This is a good matchup with a righty with him. This is a very good spot. I agree.
Yeah, when you look at John Gray, his allowed average 225 against righties, but 276. I mean, that's 50 points difference when he gets out there against a lefty. To me, that was a good looking O'Hearn opportunity. Justin McCalvey says Adley pissed me off.
Shout out to the chat. Phil the Kill. Hell yeah. The Shuri stringing the Sam Adams right on. Nicholas, Old E, D-Slayer. What's up, my man? Trisha, all you guys, hit the like button. Juggler, Joe T. Dude, as always, John, Joseph. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we came in hot today. That's what happens. You got an early start, and you got 40-1 cashers. You got to come in running.
I know.
Man. That's
feels good, man.
Sure
get that all the time. Come on.
Let's go. We got the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Next game on the docket, 7:07 p.m. We got this line opened up at -135. Road favorites are them Yankees. And we got 77% of the bets and 94% of the cash on the Yankees. No movement. The total's getting hammered on the over. 97% of the bets, 98% of the cash on the over. Yet we've got no movement there either. Barrios and Rodon, I said this about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago probably now. Kind of thought Rodon, regression situation, and he's been living up to that expectation. Although is a 3.86 ERA, 9-4 with these Yankees. Barrios, we know on the road when Barrios is between a -125 and a +125, he's an auto fade. However, he's back home now, 3.43 ERA, and he's 6-6. Kind of looks to me like they're thinking that both these guys might shove today, Rodon and Barrios in this spot. I don't know if I can get there on that. I don't know if I'm under or not. It just seems like the roof's going to be open. It's humid out there. Toronto should be firing, it seems to me. But what do you think about this game?
It's exactly what I thought. A lot of things popped up to me in this that check box to the under here, Mikey, for me. And I'm like, but I don't know if I trust it. Barrios has got shitty numbers, obviously, against these Yankees. Yankees are reeling, just not playing good baseball. What are they? 2-10 the last 10. They're not been very good. I don't know. They've been awful. I was on the Mets. I wish I was on the Mets yesterday. Do you have the Mets?
Right. The home teams, that was I didn't play them yesterday, but the home team is
me too.
That Subway Series. I think the home team's 9-2 now in the Subway.
Yeah, it was something like that lately. This one was tough. Under like this, I didn't get there in the end. It hasn't moved because it seems like both these guys could pitch well here, doesn't it? Run off 2 horrible games. Barrios hasn't been good, but they were pitching over their head, I thought, like you just talked about all year long. It just had been a little bit better. You come late June, July, you start to see where guys have been really, really good start to give up some runs, and we see it. But 2 teams, I have to say, I don't want the Blue Jays. Like just no fucking way. Like until they start winning games, home dog, like this seems a little bit of a trap. Like take them, Barrios here, and they could win against the slumping Yankees, but I just don't want it. And I just feel one could get hit still, as much as I love this under. This was very close for me with the under.
I was surprised to see how, I don't want to say the word ineffective, inept. I don't know. The Mets series there's 9-7, 12-2. I know they're kind of slumping. They just had that Atlanta series kind of prior to that coming in there. The NL battles, though, the NL East seems to have the AL East number, at least early this year, but 12-2 loss there. I mean, this is downright embarrassing in a Subway Series that they hype up all over New York. I don't know if you've ever been there during the Subway Series, but
I've not.
Fucking swinging from the fence post about that thing. It's that exciting. They get
swinging from the chandelier.
Yeah, literally. I mean, everyone's fired up, and they grease down the fence post or the lamp post in Philadelphia because I guess people like to while out, but they might as well do the same thing in the Subway Series. And the Yankees, try as they might, 9-7 loss, took their heart and soul, and then they get fired back up there and they take that 12-2 loss. I got Barrios off of getting crushed up there that last game as well. This just to me feels like from a side, even a total perspective, I don't want to get involved. I did take Wiz Khalifa there. Kinnear Khalifa, is that his name?
Wiz
Khalifa. RBI at plus 230. So I did go official on that. I told you guys Vladdy lines up through like all my indexes, everything that I look at and kind of compare, stats and analytics, effectiveness out there. You look across the board with, specific, where is it there? Let me pull it up here. Vladdy 6, same thing that we just talked about with your guy, 4 at-bats, 6 hits. He's hitting a 667 with 2 ribbies, but they moved Kinnear Khalifa into the 2 spot there, trying to generate some offense. And they've got Bichette in front of him, 2 hits, 8 at-bats. He's a 250 out there against Carlos Rodon. And then I looked at the lefty-righty matchup for me, and that's ultimately what got it for me. I liked him initially when he was sitting down in like the 6 or 7 spot this morning. But now that they've confirmed this lineup, they've jacked him all the way up into 2, but he's still priced at plus 230. So the value there to me is when you're sitting down in that 6-7 spot, especially if these pitchers do keep a tighter game, then, we might not get that 4th at bat. But in this case, they popped him up in that 2 spot and they didn't change the number. It's like we talked about during the hockey season. When these guys move from the 3rd line to the 1st line, but the books are still hanging 3rd line numbers on them, you got to take advantage of it. And Kinnear Khalifa at plus 230. Great opportunity, I thought.
Yeah. And it showed in some of the props, like with Vladdy, and I think he just was 4 for 6 off Rodon. He's been hitting lately. You see his last 5, 2, 3, 2, 1. His RBI's plus 160, over and at plus 125, the homer 5. It seems a little like dangling out there. Like either I think he gets tattooed or these guys pitch great.
Right.
But it's shown in these props. I think that they could pitch well. I don't know if I buy it. So, yeah.
Onward and upward, you guys. We've got another battle rolling off here at 7:45. Yeah, sure. The Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals. So, again, just kind of recapping that last game. I'm just on the RBI spot there. Yeah, I just thought, that's a big risk return opportunity there at 230. Again, moving up into that 2 spot. So that's the only spot for me there. But 7:45, the Reds and the Cards popping off here with a total that opened up as the Cards home favorites, minus 130, has moved to minus 135. What's up, Kelsey? It's good to see you out there. So smash the fucking likey for Mikey. You guys know the deal. Slacking yesterday. I got to say, slacking yesterday. Slacking. Slack it. We had like 49 thumbs up, guys. Come on. Come on. But I appreciate you guys all hitting that thumbs up. I don't want to get preachy about that. Minus 130 moved to minus 135, 83% of the bets and 78% of the cash on the Cardinals. Money coming in. Line slight movement. The Reds have moved from plus 110 to plus 125. Then we look at this total. Again, another situation. Thanks, Kelsey. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being the cheerleader for me. I need one. I need a hype crew. You guys are a great hype crew, though. I love you guys rocking and rolling with us on the regular. And, it's the dog days of summer. We're all trying to get through it together. So let's do just that. This total's moved from 8.5 to 7.5. 97% of the bets and 95% of the cash on the over. Phillies are already on the board. Let's see who it was, C-Mac.
Someone at the top, not Sosa. It's got to be a Harper. Something like that.
Yep.
Harper.
Motherfucker.
What, a yard or just?
No, I just doubled.
They said double.
But Turner scored. Harper. Fuck. I said it. Harper was fuck. It's one thing to say it.
Your guy. Well, this year has been better because not all his years the RBI has been great for him. Do you know what I mean? Like right. That 1 year he had 84 RBIs, his first MVP. It was like it was crazy. But this year with the team he's got, and he's definitely just in the 3-hole, it's been a lot better. Because last year when he struggled, he didn't hit a home run for a very long time. He was in the 2-hole, and his ribbies just weren't there. So I'd have to go with his over. I just went with his over 1.5 bases. They just seemed to cash a lot more. Towards the end of the year, he got going. But, yeah, let's just say he's very good. From Vegas. Shot.
He's very good at
Wunderkind. Yeah, he's good.
I'm gonna dilemma now. You got a lot of love for the shirt. Kelsey says, "Love your shirt, C-Mac."
Thanks.
And it's one of those shirts where how am I gonna go rock one of those now? I mean, you took that away from me, C-Mac. You're selfish.
Well, yeah.
Right. Well, we got some opportunity with this Cards and Reds game. Andrew Abbott's getting the bump, 3.4 ERA, 6-6 on the season. Mikolas ready to roll for the Cards, 4.68, also 6-6. I think this is the 72nd time these two teams have played this year. The Cardinals came off an impressive series against them Bravos. What a shit spot for the Braves, by the way. Had that series. They had to fly into the White Sox today. Then they got to go
doubleheader. Yeah, then now.
And they had the rain delay. I think it was the early spot was the rain delay. So everything, that's just a bad spot for them Bravos. But here we go with these Reds coming in on a losing streak themselves. They lost that series to Pittsburgh. They had a back-to-back spot at home. Their bats have cooled down now. They saw the Ellie De La Cruz stolen base show start to limp into expectations here. And at the same time, this lineup just inconsistent. Encarnacion Strand out. We look at McLean out. Johnny India and Jake Fraley can't decide if they want to play or not on a regular basis. But all is not fun in the sun for the Cardinals. Matt's out, Edman out, Herrera, Newbar. There's a guy that I like to get involved with. He's got the oblique injury going on there as well.
Uh-huh.
But as I looked at this game, I know shout out to Jose Bouquet because we've been kind of doing this autopilot. When the total drops a full run, you just auto pop the over. Selfishly, I'll admit that I put that in a parlay today. In fact, I think it's the last leg of no, it's not. It's not. It's like a 75-1 parlay, but I've got 2 legs left, and we'll talk about the next game as well. But nothing official for me in this game, C-Mac. I'll say this, from a trends perspective, I know you guys love hearing some of these. The situation, strong favorites, first game of a series, 37-6. If they won the previous game as a dog and lost the previous game before that as a dog. So in a spot here, kind of dog situation where they go 1-1. The team coming in as a big favorite or a medium favorite, getting that first game of the series, and they're winning by almost 3 runs a game, C-Mac. Does that make you want to jump in on this St. Louis Cardinals team?
No, I'm not. And I've been on them a little bit more lately, and not enough. I wish them, especially that Giants series. And I had that over the other day. It was Braves can do anything. They did a ton late. It was crazy. It was 4-3. I couldn't believe it. Mikolas, I don't trust him, even though they're not doing it here. The Reds have been a tough bet. That first game, I cashed them the other day against, because I think they dropped the next two against the Pirates. He came out right away and just smashed them. I was on that, and I've been on a few. I think this is a good value spot for him. Not the craziest. Abbott just got ripped by him last month. Yeah, Cardinals put up 6 runs. And the Cardinals aren't a team of the past that hit lefties the last few years like they have. They've been a little bit better of late. And Andrew Abbott, since that start's been a lot better. This is a guy who's a solid pitcher, gives solid innings. Mikolas here, I don't go back too far. Like 2021, he gave up 4 runs. But 2022, Mikey, to this Reds team, 3, 4, 6 last year, 3, 5, 5 earned. I think the Reds can jump on him here. I took the Reds first 5 plus 120. Just kind of a value spot. Some of these guys like Benson, Stevenson, Steer. I took the Steer RBI in this game. Plus 145, 4 for 9. He's a guy that never seems to go through his start clean. He still has some good stuff. Mikolas, but he's 6-6. And his ERA even come down from earlier. It was around 6 to 4.6 right now. So, yeah, Jonathan India's got good numbers. You could look at a few of these guys. So I think the Reds could get some runs off him early. So Reds first 5. And I agree with you. This just touched 7 30 minutes ago here at the South Point. And I did it. I wasn't going to take the over. I love the whole thing drop. I don't buy it. But it seems like these guys are going to pitch well. But I saw a 7 at the South Point. I have the book. I took the over there. Like now I get the push at 4-3. And it went right back up. Like it's 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. It's back up. It's 7.5 everywhere. But yeah, I think there will at least be some runs in this game. So a game I wasn't going to mess with the total and just take Reds first 5. I did when I got that 7. So it's tough for me to give it out, but just throwing that out there.
I'm in the same boat. You get to a certain spot where you look at it and you're like, all right, I don't know if I can jump in on this thing at this point, but yeah, I mean at this point,
I think there can be runs. I don't know. Abbott seems like he's going to pitch well, and the Reds though. That offense is kind of like the Rays. It's like, God, they're tough to trust with my money at times and backing them. But everything showed me I think they can get some runs off Mikolas.
Mikolas. We did cash the Grandma Where's Your Sister Panties play of the day. Gave it out at plus 1.5 in the under, 8.5. I believe it was plus 275. Also gave out the White Sox money line. And the under.
Beautiful. I just had the under. 1-0 final?
1-0 final.
Wow. Robert bomb. It's all you need.
Travel spot and then some. Cash me a little plus 450. Same
Beautiful.
game parlay there as well. Man, I just refreshed the balance on accident. I was inadvertently taking some more hitting props there, and I just saw what's been coming through. So it's one of those days, C-Mac. It's one of those days. But, yeah, I think this is, from a trend perspective, if you guys haven't been hopping on this thing and going, when you see that full run movement, it's hard to just blindly tell anybody to tail it. I know I'm up like maybe 10 units on that spot there where the numbers move that full run under. On the flip side with the over, I don't think I've really been tracking that on the over. It's mostly been the under. But if you haven't played it, maybe you jump in now, maybe sprinkle it and just kind of ride it. And we keep riding it until we get there. If you've been playing it though, yeah, you got to take advantage here to see max points. Started to see sevens between these guys. I mean, both these teams can hit.
Yeah, I saw it for a little bit here at South Point. Like that circa, I have those books, so I took it. And it didn't last. It went right back. There's 7.5s everywhere. Because I was like, wow. Maybe these guys shove. But fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it is right. Kelsey says, Twinsers just won me $177. We happy? Hell yeah. That Twinsers good money today as well. Good stuff there. All right, Guardians and Royals here, 8 p.m. game. We got ourselves an opportunity. Coogie Nass, what up? He says, has a Mikolas game ever been a 7? Maybe when he was younger.
Yeah. Something to look over, yeah.
Johnny C says,
fuck him.
Fuck Mikolas, that's right. That's another game too, where you look at the RBIs. I like the Steer look. I think that's a good spot there with Steer. 10 after 8 p.m. Eastern, the Kansas City Royals plus 104. I should start with the Guardians here. Minus 122 opened up as road favorites. Now down to minus 110, 12 cents of reverse movement against the cash flow. 67% of the bets and 83% of the cash have come in on the Guardians. Here's a total that's on the climb. We got 96% of the bets and 96% of the cash on the over. It's Michael Waka Waka coming out there with the 4.07 ERA, 4-6. Here's a guy that's due for some positive regression, if that makes sense. I think it's more progression, but anyhow, Lively on the other side. Big Ben, 3.03 ERA and 7-3. C-Mac, who do you think's the ace on the Guardians pitching staff here? Who would you give that title to?
I give it still to Bibee.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I think he's the most consistent. I think he's got the best stuff. He's still young and shit. They pushed him out last year. It was really, really good. He's had a little bit of bumps, but I think he's the guy.
Well, the Guardians have been red hot. We talked about that. Shout out to my guy there, Juggler23, talking to us about the hottest bullpen, and he gave that to us a couple weeks ago. So we were able to ride that little train out there. Now, they did take that L yesterday. I mentioned that 4-2. I was definitely on the wrong side of that spot there. But the Kansas City Royals, they take the series against Miami. This is now their second series back at home. Playing some good defensive baseball, 4-1. They lose that game 2-1. They win 5-1 as well. I know it's the Marlins, but the Marlins bats have been kind of on that uptick a little bit there. They've been starting to find a little groove of their own, and maybe not enough to be consistent, but the Royals, getting beat down and shut out by that Texas Rangers spot in back-to-back games as well. Interesting little opportunity here for this game. I'll share, this is that leg of the parlay for me. I'll share it with you guys here in the banner. And C-Mac, you can maybe tell me why I should hedge this thing or not. But two spots that I jumped in on. I took I was going to say the Chiefs. I took the Royals. I also took the Royals and the over because as far as some of the trends are concerned, I want to say it was 37-4. You got a team that's coming in off the win. That's the Royals. The starter didn't have his best performance. He's gone less than in his previous opportunity, which was Waka, but had a quality start the last time they faced the team. So comfortable against the Guardians, had that quality start. Didn't go very deep his last start, but the team's coming in off a win. Should be able to help push them through the finish line. And we've got a situation where they went from a dog to essentially a coin flip or a pick 'em, I guess. A little bit better than a pick 'em here at minus 104. But I thought runs galore in this game as well. We're seeing that total start to push up to 9. Of all the games on the card that I looked at today, I thought this is the one where I think we do see some opportunity. It's warm. It's warm out there. It
is warm. I think you might be right, Mikey, because this scared me a little bit, but I'm on the other side. I'm on the under here because I worry the bats could break out for the Royals, but they've just been dead under. The sticks have been ice fucking cold. They can't hit a lick. They can't hit Bozo. What's his face from the Marlins that came? What was his name?
I can't forget that guy's fucking.
Yeah, I know. And they're gonna break out here soon. I like Lively. I think he could pitch well here. And until they get going, Royals, the last 12 10-2 to the under. Just been an under team. Guardians though are a team that could hit. They got obviously they've been great slowly all year. Been not talked about, and they're 51-27. They got a bunch of lefties in this lineup. But I think Waka, he I don't know what this guy could get through it though. It seems like he could just get you through. Don't get him through the third time in the lineup. That's always been his problem. He's at this point in his career too. It's 4 innings, 5 tops. Guardians bullpen been pretty good all year long if you look, but Royals as of late just haven't been the last few weeks. I don't buy them, so I'm on the under in this game. And I think full game in this, I'd rather have the Guardians in the better bullpen.
Yeah.
I know this is low. This is, the number's right around 110, but I think they can, I'd rather have them to win this game. So I'm on the under. There was the wind's kind of blowing. It is warm, and I worry the bats break out. Basically, his pitchers is kind of blowing just straight across, a little out to left. You're talking about 85 to the left foul pole, about 12 miles an hour. One thing, Estabrook, one of my better under umps that I like that I always glance out, but he's gone 4 straight overs, Mikey. Crazy.
Yeah.
12, 16, 14.
I love the under.
But normally an under ump. But I took the under in this one. Going heads up.
Well, I don't like to be in that position. Traditionally,
you're due.
Fuck you.
I don't want to say that shit.
Let's
Then
go.
you will. You'll crush it. It's gonna be 8-6. I'm sure you'll let me know.
I will.
I know.
You'll let me know. I know either way we're gonna.
Yeah, not always, but yeah, sometimes.
You know, I in Game 6 I hit you with a nice Edmonton logo, and then I realized I never sent it because it was like 2 days later and it was just still sitting there, and I was like, what the fuck?
Nah.
Fuck. I took my one opportunity to hit.
I didn't have him though that game, so
no, but,
I just had the series, of course. Yeah.
And I know you were a Panthers guy, right? For the Game 7, you were on the Panthers
for the series, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on your Stanley Cup final.
Yeah. You were waxing poetic though about how the Oilers are going to win that thing.
Yeah, I was pretty vocal about it. I had a few cocktails too, so I got to talk real loud about it.
He's not even Canadian. And then I see all these people on X, Twitter. Oh, these crowds suck. Blah blah blah. I'm like, get out of here. They haven't won a cup in 31 years, and the Oilers haven't won since '90. They think their fan base is the best, I guess.
Small town, small market, but
smaller market, and yeah, they're not a hockey crazy town, but still, these people are nuts.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, onward, you guys. Last baseball game on the card. Johnny, I see your message there. I will recap them for you. The Tigers and the Angels last game on the card for Major League Baseball. The late start with 9:38 p.m. We've got this situation where the Angels opened up as home dogs at plus 138. Now sitting at plus 143. We have 72% of the bets and 63% of the cash on the Tigers. But here's the thing. Despite the line moving 5 cents in favor of the Tiger, or I guess I should say the line has gone up 5 cents for the Angels to plus 143. It's come down 18 cents. Is that 18 cents? Did I do the math right? I didn't know there was going to be math being done here today, but it's come down quite a bit to minus 148 with all that cash coming in on these Tigers. The total, 96% of the bets, 96% of the cash on the over. Yet we're starting to see some 8s out there. What are we going to see from Daniel making his starting pitching debut in the bigs? Got roughed up in the littles. He's got the O's across the board, and there's Flaherty. 2.92 ERA, 5-4. Battle here. I'll tell you, I've got a ribeye spot in this game. But I'm looking at this Angels team here, and I think I want to get a little invested in this game as well, C-Mac. What are we doing here? How are we getting paid?
Yeah, I was like first 5 here. The Angels. I know it's tough, especially with Daniel. This is his first start too, right? Yeah. He just had some relief work, I believe, last year with them.
I think he made one MLB debut or one MLB appearance in relief?
Yeah, last year in relief. Okay.
And they shunted his ass back on down.
He's been all right. He's just serviceable, especially for how bad the Angels need pitching that we haven't seen him earlier. That's why I'm like, and his numbers, PCL, it is a hitter's league. The ball flies most everywhere. So it is a little bit tough. Flaherty's just been money. I think if you like Flaherty, the strikeouts, this is the prop where they've been way off that you can easily say to Sharpie all year long. They've been way too low, and he's consistently cashed it. You know what I mean? And I'd have to double check with the Angels. But if I know half the batters here in this lineup are pretty free swinging here, Mikey. So I think it's over 6.5. And he's probably got that here. I had it pulled up. I know he had 6. That wouldn't get you it. But 8, 6, 4. There we go. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7. So, I mean, I don't think that's a bad look in this one. But I thought first 5, I don't want this Angels bullpen. I always talk about it. Yeah, can they get some runs? It was a strong lean for me in this one. And what do we get? Weather seems pretty good. And now there's no 8s. There's just all 8.5s, Mikey. Are we going to get some runs here? Can this stay under? This was kind of a back and forth I've been looking at all day long and watching the market. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't like hearing that first. I'm gonna probably jam on this game because it's the last game in the window. And you guys know I'm a fucking degenerate when it comes to this kind of stuff, especially with the day we've been having. I mean, this is where I talk about the value. You got to stretch it out and go wide when you're hot. You're hot. You don't want to miss those runs. And
real quick, Angels have been winning a little bit. I know it's they play in front of you. It was the A's. They swept them, I believe, but to beat the Brewers, like they've been playing all right as of late.
You know, the thing I look at is like the series with the Phillies, and I know that a lot of teams. I'll have to run the numbers and see how do teams perform that first game after a Phillies series, because I remember that was a big thing for a while where they just kind of wear you down. I don't know what it is particularly about. Maybe it's just the amount of hits and contact that they make where you're just constantly mentally taxed. And
now you come to LA.
Right. Yeah. Long road trip. You got a situation where you don't know this pitcher. He's brand new and he's making his start out there. So maybe the guys want to come and give him a little run support. You know, and then Flaherty. I do like that look with Flaherty. I think this might end up being a same game parlay that I have to get involved with, because I want to take that over strikeout props as well, because with the exception of how do you say it? Is it Rengifo?
Yeah, Rengifo.
And Taylor Ward. Nobody else has got any contact off of Flaherty. So, from a totals perspective, where do these runs come from? And
Adele, Mickey, these guys are all or nothing. You can hit somewhere they K like a motherfucker.
Right.
Those guys. So yeah.
What this is another spot where I looked at the cost benefit analysis here, I guess, and I'm looking at Taylor Ward in that third spot. He should get at least four whacks at this thing. He's gone 1-for-1 with the ribeye against Flaherty in the past. He's one of the only two guys on this team that have gotten any contact against Flaherty. And at the
swinging a better bat too.
Oh yeah,
kind of went cold there. The last 6-7 games, he's been a little bit alive there. Yeah,
he's got hits in his last 6. Right, he's 6 for 6 with hits in his last 6 games. So he's seeing the ball well right now. He's feeling comfortable and confident. He's already shown that he can hit Flaherty as well. And then when you kind of get into the righty-lefty situations out there, this is where Flaherty is more vulnerable against the righty, 234 versus the 207. This is, I think, that opportunity at this plus 210. I felt like the reason it's plus 210 is because, we see Taylor this season. He's only a 213 against righties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with this
like
price
lefties.
Tag, yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it. And real quick, the Tigers, you talked about the road trip travel. They've had a few games where they've just put up a fucking 10 spot on me. Mm-hmm. Like 3 times this year, Mike. But other than that, this team is bottom of the barrel and everything hitting. And look at this lineup. They got guys out, Carpenter and others. Hey, Riley Green, Veerling at the one hole has been decent lately. He had a homer, but Urshela's all right. McKinstry, Jake Rogers. I don't know. I don't think the lineup is great here.
I'll tell you, the Tigers play some fucking lineup games too. Like even right now, lineup. And, we don't know at the last minute. All of a sudden, Riley Green's out of the lineup, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And it's just maybe it's load management or whatever the case may be. But I still like Wenzel Perez. That's a young up and comer guy that I've kind of had my eyeball on. But do you really want to go out there? And I mean, they're loading up. They stacked up some lefties in today's game with, Colt Keith, Riley Green. We've got Zach McKinstry. We've got Wenzel as the dual hitter there, the switch hitter. So it'd be interesting to see how it gets done. But I just thought cost benefit here with the 143. Now this line's moving. Why? Because there's the uncertainty about Dave. Now, C-Mac, I get your point about the bullpen. That definitely does concern me. But
and then Daniel, though, where do we get the first 5? It's like, God, it's just tough.
I may have to go in and add that first 5 with Davis, because if the read is, taking the Angels, then maybe you do have to look back to that first 5 as well and think, okay, this is the spot to take. When you mentioned the Tigers and their 10 spots, the only time they put 10 spots up are when I'm on their unders. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. I've been on 2 or 3 of them because they have been very good for the most part. For the White Sox unders, A's, there's some of these teams that I always zero in on. But yeah, there's been like 2 or 3 of those, right, where it's just, at least it's over quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been on them when it's happened. Like,
nothing's worse than you're hanging on to an under 4.5 and it's the bottom of the 5th inning and it's that second out and you're like,
yeah, and then you lose it.
And then they fucking crank it out of there anyways, and you're like, fuck, I had no chance. I had no chance in the first place. Would you rather get, the bullet to the head or stabbed in the belly and bleed out? I'd rather just, we all know.
Get it over quick.
Get me out of my misery. And that's going to do it. So the recap there for our guy, Johnny C, said, what are we on here? I'm on that Phillies and Baltimore parlay at plus 108. I've got KC and the KC and over. So C-Mac and I are head to head there. And then I added, what's his name there? Wiz Khalifa for the RBI at plus 230. And the Taylor Ward RBI at plus 210 and plus 143 for the Angels here. Dog days trying to catch these plus money spots, but calculated. I think these make sense. I think, yesterday we fell short on a couple of spots out there. I think I was down like a unit yesterday overall because that Toronto.
Yeah, I went 1-1. That game got, me too.
That one that could have been the push maker for me, but we took some big swings. We went after some plus 200s and those are the breaks. We're happy to walk away and fire again the next day. So that, in fact, we'll do here. We've got 2 WNBA games popping off at 7 p.m. CMAC. I don't know if you've got any WNBA.
Take it over. I mean, I've glanced at them. You're the man.
I don't have any definitive action in the Sun Mystics game, but I'll give you guys the rundown. I've got a prop and I've got a total. I've got a total bet as well, but it's for the 10 o'clock game. So the Sun and Mystics have opened up at plus 8.5 for the Mystics, the home team, and they've moved all the way up to 11.5. Only 53% of the bets that I can see on the Mystics. So it's moved 3 points now. Baltimore's on the board now. Who scores for Baltimore, CMAC?
It was Mountcastle or someone else.
Or?
Just got it. No, he was out.
Nah. Then we look at this total. It's
maybe
dropped.
Westberg. I don't know.
4.5 points from 156.5 down to 152 on the Sun Mystics game. So this total's dropping as well with 64% of the bets. You guys know the deal for me. If I was going to look at this game, I would take the end of the movement in that spot there. So at 11.5, that feels like the right number on the Mystics, and then the over now that's down to 152. But I can't get involved in that one. The Aces and the Sky, I do have some action on here. I went with good old Plum. Let's take a little shot with Plum here in this game. And with this total, this guy had opened up at 8. It's moved to 11s. The Sky, big home dogs in this spot against these Aces.
Yeah.
Initial thought there. Now this total's moved up 6 points as well. 77% of the bets and 78% of the cash. But the Aces 8-6 on the season. The Sky 6-19. I guess some of the counter narratives there. My girl Angel Reese, she's been a double machine. She got 8 games in a row with a double, which is fucking ridiculous. The Aces, though, not quite right. They're trying to figure things out. They're starting to bring some pieces back into their lineup. And, when you see this game here, they've gone, just not covering spreads. They're still getting indexed like they're the 2-time WNBA champions, but they're getting the shit kicked out of them. Phil the Kill says, appreciated your volume advice regarding MLB. You said on Sharpie's show, Mike. Had not thought of it like that before. It's numbers, man. Numbers. We'll talk about it here in a second. But as far as the prop that I'm on here, I did take the under 2.5 3-pointers. And that was a nice minus 105 spot for Plum. And it just came down to her ineffectiveness as of late. This whole team, this whole Aces team seems like they're trying to figure their shit out right now. And
yes,
when I looked at Plum, she's gone under the 2.5 3-pointers in 3 of her last 4 games and 4 of her last 5 games against the Chicago Sky. So that was an opportunity at minus 105 that I just not going to be overly invested in it, but I thought this is a great opportunity. It's one of the legs of the parlay that I put out there as well. So I'm individually bet on it as well as the full. And then the big spot for me here was not the big spot, but the play that I do have on a total is looking at this Storm and Fever game. We see the Storm and Fever opened up at 7.5. It's moved to 9, even 9.5's out there now for the road dog here. The Fever plus 9.5, 60%. We know Caitlin Clark's situation. There we go. 3-0. There we go. I love seeing those numbers out there. Somebody tell me.
Yeah, it's a big spot here. I thought, get it.
And then we look at this total. It's gone from 166.5 to 167.5. 88% of the bets. 97% of the cash on this over. Was that West? Was that your guy? Was that West? What was this?
No, Westberg. Yeah, 2-run RBI. Yeah, I was just giving you the rundown.
So I look at this team here. I looked at this game here, and I jumped in. I'll share with you guys this. Let me get this banner up there for you guys so you can see it on the screen. I took the over, or the under, rather. Opportunity, I thought, to take advantage here. The numbers just moved too much. I know the Fever, we look at this thing going on now, not move too much, but I think in terms of indexing this game with this team being on the road, they play a lot of road games. And I just felt like this is an opportunity where they should grind down here. And this fact that this thing with all that cash has only moved 1 point, where we've seen some other WNBA games moving 5 or 6 points. I get it. The Storm, 4th ranked offense out there in the WNBA, but I've been playing those Caitlin Clark unders. That team's a mess. Billy Briz and I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like, they just don't have, kind of the chemistry or the art of building a team is you got to get the right people on the bus. And then you got to put them in the right seats to be on the bus. And Caitlin Clark's definitely going to be the right person to be on the bus. There's no question. But it's the position that she's playing and things just not working out. So I don't like that defensive, this number of games that they've played on the road certainly did concern me a little bit when I looked at that. But I just thought, here's an opportunity when we look at these two teams, we look at what's been going on from a Storm perspective specifically. Yeah, 10-6 on the season. But as you kind of digest it now, over under. They're just, one game's hot, one game's not. But when they play at home, they seem to be able to kind of tighten down the hatches a little bit. On the flip side, this Fever team haven't played shit for defense here. We've got over 165, over 168.5, over 167, over 163.5, over 169.5. Just feels to me like we're opportunistic here to take a shot with this under. Only moving that 1 point to me was the opportunity where I wanted to take advantage. When I looked at the totals for these teams overall, we see the Storm at home. They're just 3-3 when it comes to the total. But this Fever team need to start stepping up and figuring some shit out right now. They're just an over monster right now. And again, all of those trends, all of those numbers with the Storm or with the Fever on the overs, we've only seen this line move 1 point. That's telling. And I think that's the spot that I want to be involved with. So under 167.5 to complete my WNBA card tonight. I got Plum under 2.5 threes, and I got the Storm under 167.5 points.
All right, get it. It's a fever dream. The one thing until you were talking about earlier, this game's just tipping. Till Vegas kind of figures it out. I mean, they've been the best team the last few years. I don't want to lay points to them. They've been shitty against the number. So at Chicago playing some better basketball the last few, I look at them first half or full game. I know this game's just about to pop off, but Vegas will start to cruise, I think, and get healthy as the year goes on. But
as their pieces come
not
back,
right now.
As everybody comes back and they start getting things moving in the right. But you're right. I mean, we see that all the time, though. How can teams? You look at a team that combatively goes, look at Golden State. How many years in a row they run to the championship and then they just gas out a little bit, and it's natural. There's a lot of tread on them tires.
Oh, yeah. Do you know how much it is? There you go. When a couple back-to-back, the three-peat's always, I think, probably one of the toughest things to do in sports. Hip to be square, JPZ. Give us a little hip to be square there.
We got it,
baby. Do. Come on.
It's hip
little
to
Huey
be
Lewis.
square. I'm
Lucky
fired up.
Power, my guy.
It's been a fantastic day so far. I'm hoping to carry this momentum into the evening, and I'm going to jump in. I'm going to take a little live bet action here as well. Knowing that we've got USA with the red card, give me a little draw action in this game here. I got a plus 135 spot right now for the draw. I think we've done Storm. I told you guys I like the under 2.5. I told you I got the team total under at plus 160 for USA. I'm going to add a little plus 135 spot there. And let's see if we can get paid, C-Mac.
All right.
Always fun coming in cashing 40 to 1s, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
I know you firing away, my guy. You're doing a great job with the hitting props as well. We gave you guys plenty of things to consider tonight, despite it being a short card. Still ample action here on Thursday. And C-Mac's bringing the goods, so appreciate it.
Let me hit it.
Yeah.
We have the steer, that prop. Those other games have popped off. Straight up against you, under 9 in the Royals Guardians. And I lean their way full game. And the other one, Reds, I took them first 5, plus 120. And see if they can get to Nicolas. Numbers are too good. Everything at the plus 120, I took them. And that is it.
Good old Andy Abbott to try to get the job done.
Andy Abbott.
C-Mac, tell him what's cooking, man. You gonna be around on Saturday? Can you come and join us for a little bit of UFC action?
Yes. Saturday I'll be free. I'll join you for sure.
We're gonna have a
just
blast.
double checking.
We got a big $100 giveaway, not a contest.
What's the giveaway? Hit me with it.
Last week, Dave came on. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna take." I think he took Ecuador. And he said, I'm looking for a second leg of a parlay. So we gave him the main event there. We gave him Bobby Knuckles. He said he put an excessive amount of money on it. and he was going to take away and bring $100 back and just give $100 away this week. So that is this week, the $100.
How are you going to do it though? You're just going to pick someone? What's the deal?
So we're going to do it. I'm going to send a tweet out. We're going to have to, you guys know the deal. You're going to have to like and repost the tweet. You're going to have to follow
like and retweet.
Right.
Do all that shit. Appreciate it.
You guys know the deal.
At least everyone.
And then from there, you got to be on the show on Saturday, and we'll do we're either going to do a greyhound race or a duck race. I got to get this technology moving in the right direction. The last one we did was a fucking disaster. So can't let that happen. But that's going to be the deal. We're going to go out there, going to have some fun with it. Got to be present to win, and we're going to figure out the time. But that stream will start at 5:50 on Saturday, and
5:50 Eastern.
5:50 p.m.
Oh, that's beautiful. The later, the better. Those early fucking UFC sometimes are crazy. You want to hit it real quick, Mikey? This Jays Yankee game or a guy Coogie.
The Jays and Yankees. I'm on Falifa there as the RBI spot there at plus 230 was the only play that I had in this game. C-Mac and I were both kind of a little trepidatious about this thing because we thought both these pitchers potentially.
We got nines, Mikey. Real quick, sorry. We got a lot of nines almost everywhere. They're still 8.5s, but on that total, that we are going.
And so we're looking at this thing now. We see Barrios. Can he come back and bounce back as that slight home dog there? And then we've got Rodon. I mean, both these guys should get shelled. The numbers show they should get shelled. The roof should be open. It's humid as F up there in Toronto right now as well, so the ball should be carrying. Vladdy Guerrero made a lot of sense, but I just couldn't get there because he's got the stymie factor for me when I got a nice streak going. So I went to Falafel Khalifa there to get the job done. And a nice plus 210 price while we're at it. So that's the deal. Earl Sports in the house. He says, don't forget football. Good to see Nick Earl out there. He's saying there, Edmonton team total over 22.5 and the full game over 52.5. John C says, I need some Alex Pereira spiritual chance for this card tonight. You guys, while we're talking about the UFC, two things here. First and foremost, First Strike is out there. It's ready for you guys to view. It's a shorty. It's an 8-minute, 3-fight breakdown. 4 picks given out with those 3-fight breakdowns and plays that we've already made. Try to make sure you catch those things because those lines are, in fact, steaming. And I'll add one more for you guys here. I don't want to wait till Saturday because I don't want you guys to miss out on this one either. But this one just comes down to the numbers. And look, I hate this fucking guy. He's cost me too much money. But Anthony Smith down out there. Look, he's got Roman Dolidze fighting 20 pounds heavier than his average weight class now. And you can get Anthony Lionheart there. You can catch him at what? Plus 125, I believe, is the best number that's out there right now. I'd love to see. I see Billy Briz in the chat. I'd love to see what his thoughts are on that spot there. But look,
Billy Beeman.
Here's a guy coming in fighting a guy that shouldn't be in this weight class. But it was a last minute replacement type of situation, so they could try to keep the fight card intact. They've been getting decimated this summer with replacements and options like that. Right now on DraftKings, plus 124 for Anthony Smith. It's going to be on the main event. I just think this is a spot. What's Roman Dolidze going to? You're fighting someone 20 pounds. I mean, come on. And this line's coming down as well. So they do see that Anthony Smith factor. You know, maybe it becomes plus 110 by the time we get to 11:15 p.m. Eastern. But something to put on the radar for you guys. They broke down the MVP fight. They broke down the main event with Prohaska and Pereira. And I talked a little Jean Silva, Charles Air Jordan. And by the way, I came in 1-0. My first play on First Strike, and I went 1-0. So make sure you guys check that out as well. C-Mac, speaking of checking them out, tell them where they can check you out. What's cooking for you, my guy? I know you're a busy man.
Just hit me up, Connor Mac picks. Hit me up on X, same thing. Like Mikey said, though, do us a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all that good shit. We really appreciate it. In the end, there's a lot of people that don't do this in this business. So we appreciate all you guys in the chat. So shout out to all you guys up and in here. I'll let you take it away. This is your shit, Mikey. So get it, brother.
Let's rock, you guys. You guys know the format. You know the deal. We've got the games that we're playing. If there's a game that you guys do want to see a breakdown on, feel free to put it in the comments on the YouTube video today for tomorrow's plays. Look at all the comments, try to respond to everybody, And if there's something you guys want to see or you want us to talk about, then we will make sure that we scrub that down and bring it back to you guys with what we think is the best look and maybe a play that we're on there as well. So very interactive. Want to make sure that we engage you guys and give you what it is you're looking for, because it is all about you guys. And it means a ton that you guys come here and spend time with us. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with us. Shout out to everybody. Nasty Nate, Billy, Briz, Johnny C, Nick Earl in the house, Kooky Cam, Silent Rob, Troy Torrance in the house, Lucky Power. Shout out Troy, nice day yesterday. Phil the Kill, getting the job done. Mel in the house out there. Let's roll. Get the job. Get that cash. Jay Peasy's going to have some content dropping here shortly, just as soon as we wrap up here, and I can run it through the old production lab there. Kelsey, Smoke and Mirrors in the house. It's great to see him. We appreciate all you guys. Dustin, Red Bearded Chick. Make sure you guys keep your eyes out there for the YouTube content. And, of course, we've got the tweet that will be released shortly. You're going to want to like and repost it. Show up on Saturday. Get your shot to pick up $100. We don't need any first goal scorers. We don't need to pick who's going to win the main event. It's just $100 giveaway. That's all. Just $100 to somebody in the chat just for showing up and showing the support. So we appreciate all you guys rocking. Mick and Mac, Daddy, I appreciate you coming in, spending your time with me. I always enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun today. It was a little different breakdown. We had a good time last week too, though. I thought there was some great feedback there. We got some of them top 10 and top 5 golf finishes as well. And I know
and we had a pretty good day that day, as always. Thursday's been pretty good for us. So,
busy man is C-Mac. You guys make sure you go follow him on Twitter at ConnorMacPicks. Until tomorrow, this is Pregaming. Sports Money. Good luck with your bets.